my daily routine. My name is Sarah Kim, and I'm a high school teacher living in a busy suburb near a big city. I teach English literature to students from grades 10 to 12 and write a blog about lifestyle and self-development during the weekends. My life is full, and every day looks slightly different depending on school events, grading, or meetings, but overall, I stick to a structured daily routine. This routine keeps me calm, organized, and balanced despite the chaos of modern life. Let me walk you through a typical weekday in my life. Morning routine, the quiet start. I wake up every morning at 5:45 a.m., even though my work doesn't begin until 8 a.m. I started this habit 2 years ago when I realized how rushed and chaotic my mornings used to be. Now, I like to start my day slowly and mindfully. The first thing I do after waking up is open my window to let in fresh air, even if it's cold outside. This simple act helps me feel awake and connected to the outside world. I then go to the kitchen and drink a large glass of water. Hydration is important after hours of sleep. Then I spend about 20 minutes doing a combination of light yoga and breathing exercises. This not only energizes my body but also calms my mind. On days when I'm feeling tired or stressed, I'll just do a few stretches and sit quietly for a few minutes instead. Next, I take a shower and get dressed for the day. I prepare my work bag the night before so I don't have to think too much in the morning. My clothes are usually simple and comfortable, something that makes me feel confident yet relaxed. Breakfast and prep for school. By around 6:30 a.m., I head to the kitchen to make breakfast. I usually eat oatmeal with sliced banana and a spoonful of peanut butter, or a boiled egg with toast and avocado. On weekends, I allow myself more variety, but on workdays, I stick to healthy basics that don't take too long to prepare. As I eat, I often listen to a podcast usually about education, psychology, or personal development. This has become one of my favorite parts of the day. I'm feeding my body and my mind at the same time. After breakfast, I check my lesson plan for the day, making sure I have all my materials printed and organized. I check my email quickly but avoid getting caught up in replies. I save that for later. At 7:15 a.m. I leave for work. At school, teaching and guiding. My commute is around 35 minutes, and I use the time to listen to music or just enjoy the silence. I arrive at school at 7:50 a.m., giving myself 10 minutes to settle in before students arrive. The school day officially starts at 8 a.m. My first class is usually a group of seniors studying classic novels like The Great Gatsby or To Kill a Mockingbird. I love discussing literature because it opens the door to big conversations about life, society, and identity. My students often surprise me with their deep insights. Throughout the day, I teach 4 or 5 classes, attend staff meetings, and help students who need extra guidance. I also supervise the school's writing club twice a week during lunch breaks. It's busy, but the work is meaningful. Lunch is usually a quick 30-minute break where I eat a homemade salad or sandwich. I try to eat away from my desk, but that isn't always possible. Some days, I use this time to grade papers or give feedback to students. Afternoon, finishing strong. School ends at 3:30 p.m., but my work doesn't stop there. I often stay behind for an hour or two to prepare for the next day, respond to emails, or attend workshops. Sometimes I meet with parents or colleagues to discuss student progress or upcoming projects. I try to leave school by 5 p.m. because I believe strongly in work-life balance. When I first started teaching, I would stay late every night and bring work home. But over time, I learned that rest and personal time are essential, not just for me but for my students too. A well-rested teacher is more effective and compassionate. Evening, recharge and create. Once I'm home, I change into comfortable clothes and take a walk around my neighborhood or a nearby park. Even a 15-minute stroll helps me clear my mind after a full day. Walking has become a small but powerful ritual in my life. I don't use headphones during this time. I simply enjoy the sights, sounds, and pace of life around me. Dinner is around 6:30 or 7 p.m., and I like to cook simple meals: stir-fried vegetables with tofu, baked salmon with quinoa, or spaghetti with lots of veggies. I don't eat out much during the week unless I'm meeting a friend for a quick catch-up. After dinner, I spend about 30 minutes tidying up my apartment, washing dishes, folding laundry, or organizing my desk. It helps me feel calm and prepared for the next day. I also water my plants and sometimes light a candle or play soft music in the background. Night routine, writing and winding down. By 8 p.m. I sit down to write. This is my creative time and I protect it fiercely. I either work on blog posts, brainstorm ideas for videos, or reflect in my personal journal. Writing helps me process my thoughts and connect with others. At 9:30 p.m. I begin winding down for bed. I avoid using my phone during this time. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and maybe read a few pages of a novel or a calming essay. I aim to be in bed by 10 p.m. and asleep by 10:30 p.m. I've noticed that having a consistent nighttime routine improves the quality of my sleep and reduces stress. When I sleep well, I teach better, write more clearly, and feel more present in my daily life. Weekend variations. While my weekdays are quite structured, my weekends are more flexible. I still wake up early, but I spend the first hour slowly reading, walking, or just sipping tea by the window. I use weekends to run errands, clean my apartment more thoroughly, and spend time with friends or family. Saturday mornings are for blog writing or editing. I often visit a quiet cafe and work for a few hours. On Sunday afternoons, I plan my week ahead, reviewing my calendar, creating a grocery list, and setting small goals. I also try to do one fun or creative thing each weekend. Visit a museum, take a new yoga class, or try a new recipe. This helps me stay inspired and avoid burnout. Final thoughts. Many people think of routines as boring or rigid, but for me they create freedom. With a routine, I don't have to waste energy making small decisions all day long. I know when I'll eat, when I'll work, and when I'll rest. This clarity gives me space to be creative and present. Of course, life doesn't always go as planned. Some mornings I oversleep, or meetings run late, or I just don't have the energy to write. That's okay. A routine is not a rulebook, it's a guide. And every day is a chance to return to it and start again. Comprehension questions. 1. What are 3 things Sarah does every morning before she leaves for school? 2. How does she use her lunch break during workdays? 3. What is her attitude toward work-life balance and how does she maintain it? 4. What activities does she include in her evening routine to relax? 5. How does she describe the difference between her weekday and weekend routines?